This is the online demo for the Marshall MA range. What we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you a bit about what the MA range actually is and what the MA range consists of. Then we're going to start looking at the features and functionality of the amp and make some sound with it. And for what you're about to hear, I'm actually running this amp through the Marshall M412 cab. This cab contains Eminence AX75 speakers. First off, the MA range consists of various different amps. Firstly, there's a 100-watt head. Then there's a 50-watt head, also a 100-watt combo which consists of two 12-inch speakers, and finally a 50-watt combo which contains one 12-inch speaker. Now in terms of functions and what they do, every amp is the same, so everything that you're about to see on this demo on the 50-watt head you can do on any of the amps. Now what the MA range actually is something new for Marshall, somewhere that we've never gone before. This is actually an entry-level all-valve range. So if you require a Marshall valve amp and you want that tone, but you perhaps don't have the money to buy something further up in the ranges such as a JVM or a vintage modern or something like that, then maybe this is more suited to you. What we're going to do is look across the 50-watt head here, going from right to left, and start looking at all the controls. So on the right hand side you've got your clean channel, which consists of bass, middle, treble and volume. Then you've got two different selector switches. The first one changes from the clean channel to the overdrive channel, and the other switch is kind of like brings in this kind of pseudo third channel, which is the boosted overdrive option, and once again we'll look at that in a little while. Then you've got your main overdrive section itself, which consists of crunch balance, which I'll explain what that does in a little while. Then you've got gain, bass, middle, treble and volume. Then at the end there you've got your good old master section, which consists of reverb, resonance and presence. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to start checking out some sounds with this. For the clean channel, just to let you know, I've got the volume on about 1/3, I've got the treble on just over 1/2, I've got the middle on about 2/3, and the same with the bass as well. And the cool thing about this amp is, you know, the clean channel sounds really good and bright. So that's the clean channel. What we're going to do now, so you can hear it in context, is switch over to the overdrive channel. Just to let you know, what I've done is I've got the volume on just over 1/2 for the overdrive channel. The treble is on just over 1/2. Then you've got middle on 2/3, bass are the same on 2/3. The overall gain is up on 3/4, but the crunch balance is on 1/2. So the sound that you get from that is this. So let me talk to you a bit about what this crunch balance control does. Now, because we've got the option of boosting the overdrive channel, which we haven't yet heard, the gain works for both the regular overdrive channel that we're on and the boosted overdrive channel. But what you can do with the crunch balance control is adjust the amount of gain that you hear for the regular overdrive channel against that of the boosted. If it sounds complicated, it's not really. Let me show you. So what I've got here is I've got the crunch balance on 1/2. Now when I go to the boosted sound, this is the boosted sound of the amp. As you can hear, there's plenty of gain in there, and you know, for whatever you need, solos and heavy riffs and stuff like that. So what we do now is when we go back to the regular overdrive sound, because I'd set the crunch balance on half, we've still just got this amount of gain. But if I wanted to change the difference between that and the boosted sound, if I wanted more gain from the regular overdrive, I can take it up to 3/4. So now it'll be closer to what the boosted sound actually is. So now on the regular overdrive, we've got this. And on the boost, we've still got that. Now if I bring the crunch balance back on the overdrive, if I bring the crunch balance down to 1/4, we've got a little bit of breakup now. And then go back to the boosted. That's obviously not been changed. Now bear in mind, throughout while I've been doing this, I haven't actually touched the gain control itself. So on the boosted sound, if I wanted more gain still, I could turn that up. It's on 3/4, that's enough for me as it is. But what you can do, as you've seen now with the crunch balance, is you can set the different level of the main overdrive to that of the boosted. So it's very cool. So if you wanted to go from like a bluesy kind of just sort of biting sound to a massive overdrive sound, you can. Or if you want two sounds which are very close to each other and you just want one for a bit more of a boost for when you're soloing and stuff, then you can do that as well. So it makes it sound very versatile. And obviously from the foot switch, what you can do, the foot switch that's included in the amp, you can change from the clean to the overdrive sound, and also from the overdrive to the boosted sound. So it makes this amp, as I said, very, very versatile. As I said earlier, this is, you know, an entry-level all-valve amp from Marshall, but it certainly doesn't affect the tonal. So don't overlook this amp if you're thinking it's, you know, just for beginners or anything like that. It's really not. It's definitely worth checking this thing out. So that's a general look at the sounds. If you haven't done already, then check out the performance demo on the website here to hear how it sounds in context with the backing track. And what we're going to do now is have a look at the rear panel of this amp. On the rear panel of the Marshall MA, firstly you've got your loudspeaker outputs, then you've got your foot switch input, followed by an effects loop. The Marshall MA range is powered in the preamp by ECC83 valves and EL34 valves in the power amp. For more information on the Marshall MA series, please visit your local Marshall dealer.